Good evening and welcome back to Real News Network. Today we break down one of the most talked about topics in global security, a detailed comparison of the military power of the United States and Iran, as tensions remain high in the Middle East and world leaders watch closely. Understanding how the two countries stack up militarily is essential for everyone from policymakers to ordinary citizens. 1. Overall military size and budget first. Defense spending, a key indicator of military strength. The United States has the world's largest military budget, estimated at around $895 billion annually, dwarfing Iran's defense budget, which is roughly $15 billion to $24 billion. This means the US spends nearly 60 times more on defense than Iran. In terms of manpower, the US armed forces include over 1.3 million active personnel and hundreds of thousands of reserve troops, compared with roughly 600,000 active troops in Iran. This gap in spending and personnel gives the United States a broad advantage in training, readiness, and modernization. 2. Air power. Air dominance is often decisive in modern conflict. The United States boasts more than 13,000 military aircraft, including advanced fifth-generation fighters like the F-35 Lightning II and F-22 Raptor, as well as strategic bombers and aerial refueling tankers. By comparison, Iran's air force is much smaller, with around 550 aircraft and a limited number of modern combat jets. Many of these are older models or adapted from older supply lines. The technological and numerical superiority of U.S. air power gives unmatched reach and response capability anywhere in the world. 3. Naval strength and global reach. The United States operates the world's largest navy. It fields 11 aircraft carriers and dozens of advanced cruisers and destroyers capable of projecting force globally. Iran, by contrast, does not operate aircraft carriers and focuses its naval strategy on the Persian Gulf and nearby waters. Its fleet includes smaller vessels, submarines, and fast attack craft suited for regional defense. This means that while Iran can defend its home waters and threaten vital shipping choke points like the Strait of Hormuz, it lacks the ability to project power far beyond its borders. 4. Ground forces and asymmetric capabilities on land. The U.S. Army fields thousands of modern tanks and armored vehicles, far more than Iran's ground forces. However, Iran compensates with ballistic missile systems, large rocket artillery, and asymmetric warfare tactics. Tehran's strategy includes using regional proxy forces, drones, and missile strikes rather than relying solely on conventional forces. This type of warfare can make conflict unpredictable and costly for any opponent, especially in the Middle East's complex terrain. 5. Nuclear and strategic weapons. Another major difference is nuclear capability. The United States maintains one of the world's largest nuclear arsenals, with thousands of warheads and advanced delivery systems. Iran, on the other hand, does not possess nuclear weapons, though its nuclear program remains a key point of international concern and negotiation. This strategic imbalance further reinforces U.S. global deterrence but also highlights why international diplomacy remains central to preventing escalation. 6. The bottom line. In a conventional military showdown, the United States has overwhelming superiority technologically, financially, and logistically. It maintains global reach, advanced air and naval power, and a massive defense budget that funds innovation and readiness. However, Iran's strengths lie in regional defense, missile forces, asymmetric warfare, and its network of allied militias and proxy groups throughout the Middle East. These capabilities mean that while Iran is unlikely to match the U.S. in a traditional conflict, it can make any conflict complex, prolonged, and costly, particularly in the region's strategic waterways and against U.S. allies. The conclusion: so what does this mean for the world? The U.S. clearly holds the upper hand in sheer military power, but Iran's ability to influence regional dynamics through unconventional tactics ensures that the balance of power is not purely about numbers. Diplomacy, strategic alliances, and careful policy decisions remain critical to avoiding escalation. Stay tuned to Real News Network for continuing coverage as this situation develops. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications for the latest updates.